Rufai Oseni and Dr. Ruben Abati were on fire this morning on Arise Television as they tackled one of the most controversial stories to hit Nigeria in recent times. The United States military, under the direct orders of President Donald Trump, launched precision airstrikes on Christmas night, targeting what they called ISIS terrorist camps in Sokoto State. And the entire nation is divided right down the middle on whether this is a victory or a disaster waiting to happen. Rufai Oseni came out swinging from the very beginning. He made it crystal clear that he believes this is exactly what Nigeria needs, and he did not hold back when addressing those criticizing the airstrikes, particularly Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi. Rufai essentially tore into anyone questioning why America would take action against terrorists who have been terrorizing Nigerian communities for years. He asked the simple question that many Nigerians are asking: why would anyone oppose military action against bandits and terrorists who kill, kidnap, and destroy innocent lives every single day? Sheikh Gumi released a statement on his Facebook page on Friday morning that sent shockwaves through social media. Gumi acknowledged that fighting terrorism is an Islamic obligation, but then he dropped a massive bombshell. He said that while terrorists should be eliminated, it should only be done by what he called clean and holy hands, not by what he described as another terrorist whose hands are stained with the blood of hundreds of thousands of innocent people. He was clearly referring to the United States military and its controversial record in various conflicts. Gumi went even further, calling on President Bola Tinubu's government to immediately halt all military cooperation with the United States, warning that American involvement could turn Nigeria into a theater of war. Rufi Oseni was having absolutely none of it. From what we saw on the show, Rufai basically mocked Gumi's position and did not mince words. He pointed out that Nigerians have been crying for help, begging for something to be done about the bandits and terrorists who have turned the Northwest into killing fields. He asked why anyone would complain when action is finally being taken against these criminals. Rufai made it clear that whether you call them bandits, terrorists, or Islamic State affiliates, they all do the same thing. They kill innocent people, they kidnap for ransom, and they destroy communities. The television host flatly rejected any distinction between different terrorist groups, saying they all engage in terrorism and all need to be stopped. Dr. Ruben Abati brought his characteristic analytical approach to the discussion. While he seemed to agree that the airstrikes were necessary, he took time to break down the legal and diplomatic framework that made this operation possible. Dr. Abati pointed out something really important that many people are missing. This was not some rogue American operation that violated Nigerian sovereignty. This was the result of extensive diplomacy and cooperation between the Nigerian government and the Trump administration. President Tinubu had set up a Nigerian working group specifically to handle discussions with the United States after President Trump made his threats back in October and November about coming into Nigeria to protect Christians. The United States Africa Command made it absolutely clear in their statement that the strikes were conducted in coordination with Nigerian authorities. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on major stories like this, please hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notifications so you never miss important updates. Dr. Abati went even deeper by bringing up something from his own experience during the Jonathan administration. He revealed that Nigeria tried to buy lethal weaponry from the United States to fight Boko Haram back in 2014. But the same United States blocked Nigeria from using that equipment, claiming Nigeria was abusing human rights under the Leahy Act. They even tried to get weapons from Israel, and the United States blocked that too. Dr. Abati found it fascinating that the same United States that prevented Nigeria from using equipment to fight terrorists is now coming in with their own equipment to do the job. Both presenters addressed the argument about Sokoto State being an unusual location for the strikes. Dr. Abati made an excellent point that many people need to understand. Just because an attack happens in one location does not mean the terrorist cell responsible is based in that same location. This is basic intelligence work. Terrorist organizations operate across multiple states, using different locations as safe havens, training camps, and operational bases. They might strike in Plateau State, but have their main camp in Sokoto. The Americans said they have mapped the region through intelligence gathering. The Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed everything. Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga told CNN that he spoke with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio twice before the strikes happened, and that President Tinubu himself gave the green light for the operation. The ministry emphasized that this was structured security cooperation to combat terrorism and violent extremism. Rufai predicted what lines of argument we would see from critics. First would come the collateral damage argument, second would be the national sovereignty argument, third would be regional propaganda. All of these arguments have indeed started appearing across social media. United States Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth made it clear that this is just the beginning, saying there is more to come. President Trump himself said he had previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop killing Christians, there would be consequences, and on Christmas night there were. The debate between Rufai Oseni and Dr. Abati this morning captured how Nigerians are processing this development. On one side, you have people who believe this is exactly what Nigeria needs, decisive action against terrorists, regardless of where the help comes from. On the other side, you have people who worry about the long-term implications of foreign military involvement. Nigeria has been struggling with insecurity for well over a decade now, and traditional military operations have had limited success. But Gumi and others raise important questions too about whether American military involvement comes with strings attached and whether it could inflame religious tensions. What we know for certain is that multiple ISIS militants were killed according to US Africa Command. Whether there were civilian casualties remains unclear, and that information will be crucial. The conversation on Arise TV showed us that this issue is not going anywhere anytime soon. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. What do you think about the US airstrikes in Sokoto? Do you agree with Rufai Oseni or do you side with Sheikh Gumi's concerns? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.